Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CSC Racing League. It's Friday. That means we have late model action for you tonight.
Are cast.
Danhausen. Gary playing some of the new sound effects we've got here on the channel. But yes, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. The Stone Cold Steve Austin team is great. That's awesome. But yes, welcome in, welcome in. My name is Soji Sakata.
316 says I just whipped your ass.
I don't know why we're doing WWE stuff all those
They'll probably
times.
say, short track racing.
Now that one fits. And we are definitely short track racing tonight. Welcome in, everybody. Like I said, my name is Soji Sakata. I am the S here in CSC. And tonight we have some late model short track racing coming to you live.
Keselowski, driver of the Penske Racing Dodge. Kyle Busch is an ass.
I like that one too. Alright, but yes, tonight it is late model action coming to you live from Five Flags Speedway. If you like the Snowball Derby every fall or winter, I guess it's winter technically. I think they run that in like November, December area if I remember right. Either way, if you like the Snowball Derby, this is our version of it. Obviously we're not calling it the Snowball Derby, but same cars, same track, same kind of racing action. Should be a good watch tonight as we watch Derek Hilker pull off the grid. He'll go out for some practice laps. We've got a good handful of cars. It's all the usual suspects here tonight. We are going to be short one of our C's. Cameron Romano is unable to join us this weekend. The 15 car will be not making the track this evening. Unfortunately, he does have some prior IRL obligations that he has to attend to. So we miss you, Cameron. Hopefully you'll be back with us next week. I know he was not wanting to miss it, but, you know, things have to happen sometimes. It is life, and at the end of the day, this is just a game, and sometimes you can't be here when you want to be. So we'll hope to see our one of our namesakes back here soon. But as we watch the 5 car, that's Hilker in the Bleeding Orange Dubby Chainsaw Man collaboration car. That is a Toyota Camry he's rocking tonight. He's running the high side right alongside of the number 10 car. That's another Camry, but an older version of it. That's the Moser Racing Machine of Brian Moore. They're out putting some practice laps in. As always, the number 45 Ray's Gamer Machine. That's another Toyota Camry on track tonight. That would be Xavier Sanchez. Following up close behind him in his very, very common scheme that he runs. It's kind of his specialty anymore. The Coors Banquet Beer number 13, that is none other than Chris Hood. That is my Miller Genuine Draft Pontiac sitting on the pit road. There's, of course, Gary Greenlee, as always, in the Nuka-Cola Rust Bucket Machine. No branding on that car, so we're just going to call it the Nuka-Cola car. There's 2 more of our competitors. The Flat Black number 96, that is DJ Sycamore. And, of course, the number 20 Duracell IROC Camaro of Frank Winesett. I do believe that is probably all we're going to have here tonight. As I said, Romano not going to make the grid. He is not able to make the race this evening. And I don't know anybody else who's planning on joining. So if we get any others, it will be a surprise. But not impossible. You never know who will show up. With that being said, let's take you guys for a few laps here around Five Flags. Because one of the big things we're noticing tonight, let's go into the garage. Check out that tire wear. 90% on that last run. Let me show you how long that last run was. Oh. Nope, that's DJ. Where's me? I'm, of course, not coming up. I have to select myself manually. There we go. 90% tire wear. Folks, I ran 5 laps. We have a scheduled race distance this evening of 150 50 laps around this place. And tires wore out 10% in 5 laps. By that reasoning, it will not be uncommon to see drivers having to make green flag pit stops before the stage break for tires alone. We're not talking fuel stops, just tires. Let's actually get into the CSC test drive car. Of course, plenty of power in these cars, but that's not the concern tonight. Fuel. We have an estimated 47 laps of fuel in the tank right now, 6.6 gallons. So that will force our drivers down for a fuel stop as well. The question is, can they get 47 laps out of these tires? Right now we are on a brand new fresh set of Hoosier Comanche radials. Let's pull off a pit road here. Take you guys for a lap around Five Flag Speedway here. Show you what it's like. Five Flags, just basically a big cereal bowl. We're going to enter high, drive it right down to the apron. You want to try to get right to the edge of the banking, which is unmarked. Right out to the start-finish line. Hold it, hold it. Just back off that throttle a little bit. Dig back into it. Whoa! Loose is the name of the game here tonight. These cars are wicked tail happy off of the bank corners. Right there you can see just how much counter steer I'm using. That is more than likely where the tire wear is going to come into play. The more you slide them, the more tires you wear off. The safe play will be to try to drive it off like that, where the wheel doesn't really turn in your hands. It's almost like four-wheel drifting a little bit. It's odd. This is a Takumi Fujiwara style track, if I was going to call it anything. You got to set the car and then basically set it to where when you pin it, you don't have to really turn the wheel in your hands much. It kind of almost drives itself off. There is a high groove here. You can run it. In my opinion, it is not as good. It doesn't work very good, but we're going to go head-to-head against Brian Moore here. I cannot hold up against him. He has the better tires. Not to say I can't take the battle to him, though. We got two cars, Greenlee and Moore, right upside of us here. Let's take the business right to him here. And that's how you can drive right up underneath of somebody. Whoa! We're getting pinned down. That's some good old short track racing right there. Ah, shit. Oh my God, we're almost over. I think Greenlee might have been trolling us just a little bit there. Just giving us a little bit of a hard time. Let's go back and watch that. Oh yeah, he was just pinning me down that whole time. I did loop it, but then that was absolutely him. He's just griefing a little bit there, but... Now let's see, of those, how many laps did I just run? How were the tires? 91%. Right there you go. That's how fast these tires degrade, and the rears weren't far behind at 93. Folks, this track is going to be wicked brutal on these cars. We've seen a lot of these races at a lot of these tracks. I don't think we've ever seen a track chew up equipment quite like Five Flags. If you ask me, this is more likely where the line's going to be right here. You can see I'm about a tenth slower than my best lap. Oh my God! We're dead. Sorry, DJ.
I was already upside down and inside out and back and forth, and it was no biggie.
I came around the corner and I just had enough time to be like, oh shit, kunk, and I hit you. Try that one more time since we kind of got killed there. That's another danger of this track. It is so just unbelievably quick. Woo. Hello. Right there is the good line you want to run. See, I lost about 7/100ths of a second on that lap. However, I'm not sliding the tires as much. This is going to be the trick, I think, tonight for these drivers. It's finding a line that lets them run fast without beating the equipment up. Anybody can seem to wheel and deal on this track and put in a competitive lap time, but it's can you keep doing that for long periods of time, which I don't think some of these guys can. And that's not a hate on them at all. Some of these guys are fast drivers, but this track is like it punishes going too quickly. I think there's a couple of our drivers going to get bit by that snake tonight, try to push the envelope a little too much, and end up basically getting bit by their own ambition. That is the hardest thing to do in a race car, is slow down to preserve your equipment and try to make sure you're there for the long haul rather than burning your stuff up right off the rip. We definitely have drivers who can do it, but I'm curious to see how many of them will get bit by the snake. You can see now I've finally found a little bit of balance in the car. Merely using throttle application as a way to keep the power steady. Ow. Uh-oh, spinner ahead of us. Sanchez, oh, and he took out one set. Ouch, that's gotta hurt. That's some right side damage. Alright, so our car is officially wounded now after that wall hit. Who's ahead of me? I can't see. Oh, that's Avian. There is some stability out here, if you can find it. Ow. I saw it go green and I got greedy. Track almost becomes hypnotic after a little bit of time. We're about 10 minutes in this practice session here as we watch the laps go by. I'm going to run a few more here. I want to do a little bit of a tire simulation here, see how these tires last so I can kind of give you guys a little more insight. Whoa! Oh, shh! Hey, I can confirm the resolution on the pavement is just a little bit low. That is a rough break for me there. So let's see, that last lap went 12 laps. How did the tires do in 12 laps? Oh my god. Oh no. Yeah. I was able to save a little bit of tire there. Before we did 5 laps on 10%. There I did 18 laps on 12%. By the other theory, that should have been about 10 laps on 10%, which would have made 12 laps at 12%. So I got 6 extra laps out. That means I'm getting 8 laps for every 5% of tire wear, which is considerably better. No, 12. 6 laps. So I got 1 extra lap of tire wear there from that strategy I used. So, that's going to keep things interesting tonight for sure. Let's go on board with a few of our drivers here. And let's see what lines they're running. Well, okay, we're not going to check. We're not going to check in with DJ yet, or Xavier, or Chris, or Brian, or... Okay, let's go on board with Derek Hilker. Get a good idea where he's at out here tonight. Very, very similar to what I was doing, and not slipping the tires much off the corner. Smart man. Clears flying set off of 2, but oh, he drove it in too hard. Uh-oh. Now he's stuck on the high side of the line set. Oh, line set gets back by him. Greenlee spun out on the middle there. Line set goes high that time. He overdrives it. Unless they're just trading back and forth, trying to get used to the over-unders. That doesn't seem like Frank and Derek. They're usually, racers will push each other pretty hard. Wow, Derek really wheelman in that car on the low line. Entering low here does not seem to work very good. You have to enter the corner high. Of course, we know Pensacola, the location of Five Flag Speedway here. The lovely southern state of Florida. You like rain every day at 2 p.m. and a whole lot of Disney. Florida is your state. Also, of course, home to a good handful of very iconic racetracks, not just Daytona. Five Flags, of course, is a smaller local track, but still iconic in its circles. Another good example of a good Florida track. What's racing this weekend in real life? Sebring. Sebring International Raceway down in Florida. Hosting their 12 hours of Sebring starting tomorrow. So, if you want to watch 12 really good hours of racing, highly advise you checking in with the folks over there. Great, great racing to watch. And next week, by the way, we're not racing next week, of course, because we're participating in the 12 hours of Sebring. Team Raceline will be making its return. I don't know if we'll be streaming it here on the CSC or on my... Well, we might actually be streaming in both places. No, I don't think... Actually, I take that back. I don't think we will, because I believe Gary is not going to be running. If I remember correctly, he cannot run. So, the live stream for the CSC broadcast will be on my channel, twitch.tv/SojiSakata.
Yeah, I won't be around to be able to stream the 12 hour.
I thought so. Even if you were, you would have been streaming your team's POV, and I would have been streaming ours, because you would have been on the other team, and I would have been on the team with Frank and Derek. So we still would have had different POVs anyways.
Yeah.
So we do have enough. We're fielding 2 teams this time, so should be a fun way to go here. We'll have a team made up of Derek, me, and Frank in the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. And then, of course, in the other car, we believe will be Brian Moore, who's racing tonight here with us in the 10 car. Chris Hood, who's in the 13. Wow! As Hilker goes over and about. What a ride! Woo! Holy mackerel. Yes, it will be Hood and Moore in the second car, and a third person, we think. All right. Some of these, let's check out how many laps each of our drivers have done here in practice. Greenlee, 70 laps. Hilker, 77. Chris Hood, only 36 laps. Frank Weinstedt, 84. Brian Moore, 68. Xavier Sanchez with 80. Hilker, 77. And, of course, my... Nope, that's Gary. I looked at it wrong. I've run 39. Hey, excuse me. That's why it was getting harder to talk. I feel a little better now. Only 2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in our practice session here this evening. And then we will be turning the boys loose for 5 minutes of qualifying. We'll see who takes home the pole award. We get some scenic shots here of the Five Flags Speedway. Seems like a nice place to be on a Friday night in the summertime. Trees blowing in the breeze and a very nice, chill race atmosphere. Reminds me of a very fun local short track I used to go to when I went to college, Lima Land, which is also in this game. Local dirt track. Five Flags course, just a wee bit bigger and asphalt. But the sentiment stands. Good local track, good vibes, good atmosphere. I know I am looking forward to being an Ohio resident. I'm looking forward to going back to Mansfield Speedway here next year. Well, actually, this year now. Excited to go back, and I was there years and years ago for one of the first truck races. And I'm excited to go back and see what the track's like all these years later. Now that I'm not a 5-year-old kid. Should be a fun revisit of my childhood. I have attended a car show there already last fall. And, yeah, if you're in the Ohio area, kind of like central Ohio, kind of around like where Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course is at, it's not far from there. Maybe a 30-minute or so drive from Mid-Ohio's front door to the gates of Mansfield. Excited to see what they do with that place and take a visit for myself. Oh, Sycamore as he whips it off the inside wall. 5 seconds remain in the practice session. And that will bring practice to a close here this evening. 5 minutes. Oh! Gary Greenlee blows the motor up. Big hit as the cars are pulled off track for practice. 2 minutes of caution. Caution. 2 laps of qualifying here. We'll decide our pole sitter. Greenlee, Sanchez, Hood. There's only 3 cars on track so far. Ooh! Hood off to a bad start with his first qualifying lap. He might just park that thing and try again. Greenlee does the same. Sycamore will try to go out for his first quali lap. Missed that apex just a little. Have to see if that hurts him. This will be the time of the night I go ahead and pull up the leaderboard for y'all. And of course the track map and etc. Alright. So we watched DJ put down his time there. Hilker out on track. Frank Weinstedt as well. Brian Moore. Frank puts in his time. Not able to get there. 16,936 will be the best Weinset has. Sycamore still sits on top of the pole board. 16,909. Sanchez third. 17. I take that back. Brian Moore on his second lap. 16,984. Good enough for a podium. Sanchez, 17,006. Only one more, he'd have been just off of James Bond, but not quite enough. Hilker actually bumps Moore down a spot. He'll bump him off the podium. Hilker now to the third, 16,979, less than 100. Hilker brings his down pit road. Sycamore parks it. Those are the only two drivers left. Qualifying is over, as I am the only driver who has not qualified. But of course, I'm not going to, so. If you guys want to advance session, everybody's qualified in uncheckered flag state, so it's up to you guys, but you can advance. Oh, and Hood advances the session. Perfect. All right. And we will be battling it out
guys,
tonight
as
under
we get
the
started
lights.
Here, congratulations to DJ Sakima for his pole. Reminder, the stage ends on lap 60. I think I said it for 9 or 10 sets of tires for the race. It is, I believe, 125 laps. I'm just confirming.
150.
Yeah, or no, 150. 150.
I'm not on all team, am I?
The stage is on lap 60. We'll have a mandatory 4-tire and fuel pit stop at that point. Also, rest in peace to the legend Chuck Norris, who sadly passed away today. We'll try to be doing a little bit of a parade or a salute for the parade lap, and that. But good luck to everybody. Let's go up there, turn left, and not dive. Also, when we grid up, please turn off your engines, and I'll try to come up with a short engine firing command.
Since Cameron isn't here, I'll say it for him. Have fun, go fast, turn left, don't die, raise hell, praise Dale, be like Biff. Did I get them all?
Yeah, you're good. Pick like Norris.
Say it keeps going. We're going to have to add be as tough as Chuck in there somewhere.
Be as tough as Chuck. Chuck Wagon Stick. Walker.
Soji, I need your best Chuck Norris pun.
I already told you guys those earlier. Were you not here for those when I said them?
Do it again.
Chuck Norris can blow bubbles with beef jerky, and Chuck Norris can slam a revolving door. Those are the two best ones I got. And anybody sad about Chuck's
All right,
passing,
guys, I'm going to
just
go
remember,
ahead and advance to the next session for the race.
Just remember, Chuck Norris didn't pass away today. He simply decided it was time to move on to new ventures. As we watch our competitors grid up here, I've got my formula wheel on, so I have room to do race control. Let's get this party started.
All right, please kill your engine. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here at Five Flags Speedway for tonight's late model tour race from the CSC Racing League. Let's give a big RIP to the legend Chuck Norris, and drivers, start your engines.
Gary Greenlee with the command here tonight. Let's go over your starting lineup for the Five Flags 150. Your pole sitter tonight. He may not have a sponsor, but he's got the speed. In the number 96 flat black machine, that is DJ Sycamore. Outside pole in the Duracell batteries IROC Camaro, that is the number 20 of Frank Winesett. Inside row 2, the number 5 Toyota Camry. It's the Bleeding Orange Chainsaw Man collaboration, the Dubby Machine. That is Derek Hilker. Outside row 2. Where's he at? There he is. The number 10 car. The Moza Racing Old School Toyota Camry. That is Brian Moore. Inside row 3. That is the 45 car. The Race Gamer of Xavier Sanchez. The 13 Coors Banquet Mobile of Chris Hood. And of course, the number 8 Fallout Nuka Cola Machine. That is Gary Greenlee. As we watch the final pace lap underway here before these drivers decide to kick it into gear. We thank you for joining us tonight. We hope you enjoy the show. It should be a good race. I'm excited to see what these drivers have and how they manage their equipment over these long, long runs. As the definitely not an Audi RS5 pace car pulls off the grid, it's going to be command to Sycamore. He's going to put the right foot down. They're off and away. We're racing at Five Flags. I'm going to pan back into the field just a little bit so we make sure we can see as many as we can. Maybe stay focused on that third place car of Winesett running that high side. Derek Hilker, look at this. He's wasting no time. He wants to take that 5 car all the way to the front. Hilker leads lap 1. Hilker out front. He leads lap 1. He's going to lead 2. Gets a little scrub of the wall there. However, is he burning up his equipment? Winesett has quickly fallen to the back of the field. My guess is he is saving his equipment. 1 car way off the pace, Greenlee in the 8. My guess is got a little piece of the wall there off camera. Woo! 45 gets a little bit of chin music with the wall there. 10 or more also sitting, waiting patiently. Spooked me for a minute. Oh, we got a caution. Caution is out. Caution is out. The 5 car, Hilker, goes around. Let's go back and see what happened there. I don't think anything massive. DJ, great job by all those drivers avoiding that wreck. Good job by Hilker, keeping it steady, keeping it still, letting those drivers get by. Looked like Sycamore just drove it in a little too deep, which is very, very easy to do here at Five Flags. These cars, of course, are very loose. They're very wicked in terms of handling.
Hey, Soji, can you please give DJ a requested EOL?
Copy. I assume that was a self-inflicted penalty.
It was, yes.
That was all me. I dove in too hard. Sorry.
That was exactly as I called it on the call as well up here in the booth. I thought you just drove it in a little bit too hard, but luckily no damage. Everybody's still in it. So worst it did was send you to the back. Still got plenty of time. Sycamore there doing the gentlemanly thing, giving that position back after he got in trouble there. Five car, not really going to be too much worse off for wear. I mean, he started inside row 2. He's going to restart inside row 2. Granted, he drove all the way to the front, but after parking it sideways in the middle of turn 3, all in all, that's not a bad place to be. He kind of got away with it. Your big winner here, Brian Moore. He was running all the way back like 3rd, 4th position when that caution came out, or before the caution came out. And thanks to Sycamores EOL, the 5 car spinning and the 13, I think, trying to avoid it. 10 car comes out on top of that whole deal. Scratch that. They re-racked him. 5 car outside row 2. Close enough. 10 car is going to fire off. Green flag's out. Big jump from the 10. He got a great restart on the rest of the field there. Oh boy, we had a little bit of a spin in the back. I don't think it warrants a caution. They got him going again. Single car incident. No need for a yellow yet. Here's the Hornet's Nest though. Moore out with about a half a second advantage. The 5 car and the 20. That 5 car is going to be on a warpath after getting spun from the lead. Don't watch for him to be in the back for long. He's already gone from 4th on the restart all the way up to 2nd. Question is, did he burn up all his stuff on that first run? Or can he get back to the bumper of the leader? Oh, everybody hits the wall off of 4. Those 5 cars in a row. Every single one of them hit the wall almost exactly the same. And don't look now, but the 96 is coming. The 96 car has got some bad fast speed in it tonight. And if he's patient, he may be able to get right back to where he was before, running in 2nd. Sanchez and Greenlee got their cars back up to speed. No troubles there. Moore, though, manages his equipment well, not to mention being extremely consistent. He's driven off to a 1.5 second lead over the 2nd place car of Hilker. Line set in the 20, running 3rd. Oh, all 3 of them getting to the wall again. Line set finding a roll on that high side. He's kind of got a rhythm. Whoa, Derek. Caution, caution. Hilker, a very good driver, but tonight, track giving him some trouble. That was a self-spin from what I could see. No contact needed there for that spin. Yep, he just got loose. Kind of just turned on him. Makes me wonder if that thing just didn't get a little bit, might be the tires. Look at all the rubber this place is laying down already, folks. Check out that apron. All the drivers coming down 16 laps on their tires. They will more than likely be looking at a fresh set of Hoosier rubber. They do have 10 sets, so in theory they can change them every 15 laps and have enough to get through the race. Although I certainly did not anticipate them doing so. I would have figured somebody would have tried to make them run at least a little bit here. Oh no, Hilker's going to miss his pit box. Not what you want to see there. I think he's forgetting he can drive through the other competitors. I will pit him out. Oh, he's only going to take 2. Hilker comes off pit road with the lead with a 2-tire stop. No way! Folks, I did not see that one coming. Unbelievable. Pace car coming around. Oh, I take it back. Greenlee wins the race off of pit road. Is everybody going to catch the field here? Yeah, they're going to make it. We don't need another yellow. We'll be fine. They'll catch up here on the backstretch. All right. Oh, no. Greenlee did not stay in the lead. Where did he get off to? No, he's at the... I don't know what he was doing out there by the pace car. I would have thought that... Either way, whatever the case is, Hilker's your new leader. Back under green. Sorry for the confusion. My scoring does not update properly sometimes. Takes a minute for it to go, so I don't always know what's happening. Hood slow off the pace on out of 2. In fact, he might have got a little bit loose or tight with that damage he's got. However, up front, 2-car show. Moore and Hilker. And right here is going to be your Hornet's Nest. 13, 96, and 20. All vying for that coveted 3rd position. 96 with a very unique line, running down around the apron almost the whole way around this racetrack. There he gets it out towards the outside wall on the backstretch. Unable to do that off the exit of 4 last time by. Hilker gets a piece of the wall. Moore was able to drive off from the 5-car on that last run. This time, Hilker's got the advantage. He can't seem to shake that 10-car. I think that 10-car... Ooh, as I say that, he gets a wall, and so does somebody else behind him. Yikes. Let's see if that knocked the handle out of that 10-car. Hopefully not. Because honestly, this battle's too good. I don't want to see it end. We watched the laps tick by. 25 of 150 already gone. These laps go by quick at 17 seconds a pop. Your current fast lap in the session, the 6th place car, Xavier Sanchez, 16.866. Absolute heater from the 45. Hilker, your fastest, or your lead car on track, his fastest lap, 17.002. Moore's fast lap, 16.959. I said 16.002. I meant 17.002. So Moore with a slight lap time advantage there. Moore going to have a devil of a time getting around Hilker, though. Hilker is a tough customer. Trying to pass Derek Hilker is a lot like trying to pass prime Ryan Newman. Dude doesn't pull over. He's there, and if you're going to pass him, you're going to do it legit and on speed because he's not having your book BS. So Moore has a tall task ahead of him here. Back in the back, 96 finally made light work of those other 3 vehicles. He is back up into 3rd. The 20, the 13, and the 45 all battling for 4th right now. 20 with the advantage, 13 in the middle, 45 playing chaser. Greenlee's wounded machine limps it off of 4. Oh no, not again. Oh boy. 8-car steering wheel is going to be crooked. When you knock the toe out of these late models, they do not drive good. Brian, wowee, look at this battle for the lead. Brian Moore absolutely giving the business to Derek Hilker right now. He says, you won't let me have the bottom? That's fine, I'll try the top. You can see he's trying to set up a crossover move, but Hilker just too good at making the back end of that 5-car as wide as the racing surface. He cannot seem to get by. Oh, no! Oh, big hit for the 5 of the 96. Oh, boy. Definitely looked like that was the 10 of Moore getting into the back of the 5-car, I think. What happened with the 5 car there? It almost looked like you got off throttle. That's what it was. He was off throttle right there. I don't think Moore was expecting that. Yep, that's exactly what it was. '13 car stays on track. The 8 of Greenlee going to stay out, get a lap back. '96 and 5 cars not taking tires here. They're only going to take damage repairs. 10 car or more wants 4 fresh tires. So does the 20 of Winesett. 45 also going to take some damage repairs. 5 car, 45 down and away. 20 down and away. Moore's 10. Going to stay in pit road for a minute here. Catch a little bit of... Not sure what's happening here. Moore may have got caught a lap down. Nope, he made it out in time. You just had to wait to cross that line. All right. Oh well, he circles around the track. New leader Chris Hood. Outside lane going to be a solo venture for the... Oh, I take it back. 96 going high. For a minute there, I thought Xavier Sanchez was going to be all on his lonesome. But he's got the 96 behind him. Ted Moore going to miss the restart, but only just. New leader Chris Hood, the 13. Let's see how these drivers do with some fresh air over the nose of their race cars. These are 2 drivers that have been mired back in traffic for a while. Let's see, do they have the stuff to keep the ball rolling? Hood leads a lap. Sanchez, close pursuit. The 2 former leaders mired back in 4th and 6th positions, respectively. Hood running that little bit more of an optimal line ring in it. However, that is going to cost him tire wear. Oh, 45, look it out. Can he pull it off? No, has to abort. So close. And yet so far. Here we go. Sanchez looks low on the 13. Side by side. Pass for the lead. Can he do it? Still side by side down into 3 and 4. 13 drifts high. 45. Going to be your leader this time by. New leader again. Sanchez. Look at the 20 all of a sudden. He drove away from that backpack. He said, I want to play with you boys up front. The Energizer Bunny may just keep going and going and going. But the Duracell car just seems to keep getting faster and faster right now as he's moved his way up into that podium 3rd position. Hood doing a good job despite the damage on that number 13 Coors Bank machine. As Sanchez and Winesett both get a little piece of the wall there. Hopefully that hasn't disturb their machines too awful much. Oh, here we go. Pass for the second. Winesett, can he get the pass made on the 13 car? He's going to run that high line he likes. A little sketchy on exit. Keeps it off the wall. Still can't clear the 13. 13 car taking the fight back to him as hard as he can here. Winesett might actually lose out on this deal. which is insane to me. I thought that was going to be a great play for him. But no, he clears, 13 clears him. And here comes the 10 car back through the field as well. He's trying to make another pass. And all the meanwhile, your leader, Xavier Sanchez, now out to a 1.2 second lead. He's driving away from him. Slowly but steadily. With only 10 laps to go until your stage break, these drivers are going to try to maximize all they can out of their track position. Oh boy. Oy, I am surprised he hasn't got that thing meatballed yet. Holy mackerel. The 8 car is hurting, folks. The 8 car is a hurting. Hood still second, Moore third, Winesett fourth. Moore not content with it. He's going for second on Hood. Hood, big wall shot. Not enough to let Winesett into the gap, though, as he's trying to set up another run. Meanwhile, Sikkema and Hilker back here with their wounded machines duking it out. Greenlee with his wounded machine just trying to keep it on the lead lap. And then your battle for second. Moore. Hood, depending on what his tire state is, potentially Winesett. Moore finally gets the pass done on the 13 car. 5 to go to the stage break this time by. Laps are going by quick tonight. Had a couple early yellows for some minor incidents, but once these drivers found a rhythm, it seems like they are quite content to run and just keep things clean and competitive. No need for me to throw the yellow flag tonight. Greenlee's iRace control program will have that covered for us. Moore moves his way up to the second, or no, he's still in the second position, excuse me. No real changes anywhere else on the track that I've seen. Moore second, Hood third, Winesett fourth. Hilker back in fifth along with Sikkema, so they're struggling a little bit back there. 8 car Greenlee, and don't look now, but here comes the leader. Greenlee, a car that's 1 lap down. Scratch that, make it 2. Trying to retain that from going 3 laps down, but unfortunately not going to happen. Caution is out. Caution is out. Xavier Sanchez, your stage winner. Second, Moore. Third, Hood. Fourth, Winesett. Fifth, Hilker. And sixth is Greenlee. Alright, folks, I'm going to leave you with the sights and sounds of the race for a moment. Under caution here. I'm going to take a pit stop of my own. I'll be back in just a moment.
So, do you remember to do the sponsor plug?
What'd you say?
I said, remember to use the sponsor plug.
Oh, right. I almost forgot. Speaking of, can't get a good angle on his car right now, but he's out there on track. If you're watching that number 5 car go around, that is the W Energy machine of Derek Hilker. Don't forget, code CSCRL. 10% off your next order. W. Alright, folks, pace lights are out. The pace car comes around to turn 3. Whew. That's a little better. Pace car's going to turn off. Sanchez got off pit road first. More outside. Hood second row. Weinset currently on the inside, running 4th. And the damaged cars are the 96 and the 5. Still hanging out at the back. Oh my God, huge. Oh, we got a spinner. Big wreck, big wreck, big wreck. Yellow is out, yellow is out. Holy smokes, what a wreck. Goodness me. That was a big one, folks. Let's break it down here. So we're going to see Weinset kind of got in a bad spot here because the 45 and the 13 both get hit. That scares the 10 car, and the 10 clears himself off the 20 of Weinset to no fault of his own. The 10 here with a big hit. Not sure, does that car still run? He got her going again. Definitely bringing that one down pit road to the attention of his crew, though. That, my guess, will be a fast repair. Indeed it is. And 4 tires and fuel. Smart man. May cost him a lap, but actually, with the rest of the field coming down pit road, not going to cost him a thing. He'll beat all of these other guys off of pit road easily. And that will give him his lap back. So, no stress from the 10 there. That was a good strategy call. Unfortunately, burns his fast repair a little earlier than he'd like to here at lap 67. But, smart if the car is undrivable. I mean, what else are you supposed to do? Pace car lights stay on. We'll stay green one more time. Sanchez pulls up alongside Moore. That'll be your new front row. Kind of a shame there, the stack up there caused by the 45 and the 13 there. Kind of got the rest of the field in trouble a little bit, but what do you do? What do you do? 96. 10 car, of course, being on the lead lap, but he will be at the tail end of said lead lap. Pace lights are out on the pace car. And from what I can tell, the 8 car of Greenlee has retired from the event. He will be the first car not finishing.
I haven't retired yet, jackass.
Oh, he must just be sitting in pits for extended repairs then.
I had 4 minutes of repair.
Ah, so extended repairs on the 8 car of Greenlee. I knew he was sitting there at the stage break and hadn't moved since then, so I thought he might have been retired, but I was wrong. Glad to hear it. 45 Sanchez, your current leader. 13 Hood. Oh no! Here comes DJ. Big hit to the wall. Same thing for the 13. Golly, turn 4 exit wall as Greenlee re-enters the track there. 8 car looking much healthier now. Excuse me. Wounded 5 car of Hilker falling back a little bit there. Meanwhile, out front, Xavier Sanchez. He said, I did it once, I can do it again. I'm going to try to drive away from everybody. As most of the field hits turn 4 exit wall again. Uh-oh. Chris Hood way up out of the groove. He may have broken that number 13 machine. Yeah, he looks wicked out of control now. Don't be surprised to see the 13 coming down pit road. Yep. Somebody bonked the bot. All of our drivers do a better job of keeping it off of that turn 4 exit wall. Sanchez now out to about a half a second lead over Sycamore. Had a lot of comers and goers in this one tonight. Almost everybody has led at least a lap. Cycled around to the front. We've seen, I think, almost every driver and almost every position tonight. Kind of a crazy, crazy race. And especially the nature of this racetrack kind of gets it to a situation where you get a good spot for a long run, but also a good spot for a set of short run cautions, just because of how tight-knit the racing is. I think if we had more cars, we'd have even more of those tight-knit caution sections. You know, the cautions breed cautions types of wrecks. No change in the running order yet. Fastest lap still resides with your now leader, Xavier Sanchez. 16.866. 16.956 for Sycamore in second. Hilker, you're watching, running third right now. Despite his damage, he's still making that car work for him. 17.002 still his fast lap. Hood's fast lap, 16.965. Wow, and Moore's fast lap, 16.956. 11 hundredths of a second separate those two on the fast lap. That is crazy. Let's go through the field here as we're under a good green flag run. 45 Xavier Sanchez has been all over the board. He kind of started the night towards the back of the field. However, through some patience and pit strategy, has cycled his way back up here towards the front. Had a big tank slapper there off the wall here just after the stage break, but looks like if his damage was anything, it got fixed up pretty good. He's running in the first position. Second place is your pole sitter, the flat black 96 of DJ Sycamore. He also had that big tank slap on the wall. He's been involved in a couple of wrecks tonight. Definitely still has some damage on that 96 machine. But nevertheless, he's soldiering through and keeping that car rolling. We have a yellow on track. Looks like for the 13 car of Chris Hood going around. Oh, no. Oh, no. The 5 and the 20. Hilker gets loose, and the 20 is destroyed. So is the 5. Both of them heavy damage. Well, yeah, Wineset, pretty heavy nose damage. Rough break there. Two good friends racing each other hard and ended up getting a piece of each other on that one. 10 car. Ops will stay out. No pit. Oh, that's why. He's going to take the wave around here. So will Wineset. That puts them both back on to the lead lap. Smart call by those guys. You don't lose that much speed on old tires that you'll lose the ability to get your laps back. So that is a wise investment from those drivers. More of the lucky dog there on that set of caution, on this caution. He will now bring that number 10 Moser Racing machine down to the attention of his crew and get that thing patched up. If I had to guess, it'll be 2 right side tires for the 10. Uh-oh. 8 car, nope. 10 car going to take 4. 8 car back on pit road. There's the pace car. 20 not going to get his... Did he get his lap back? Indeed he did. However, I think he might be about to lose it again. Not sure about that. Moore and Wineset still trapped 1 lap down after that exchange. Wineset just going to make a pass through there as he doesn't want to lose the field. Waited too long to pit, it looks like. At least 4 drivers on the lead lap. The 4 front runners, 45, 13, 5, and 96 are your lead lap cars. 10 and 20 are your lap downs. Oh, DJ. Big wag there from the 96 car. Oh no! Caution's out, caution's out, caution's out. 13, the 96, the 8, all involved again. Those cars are having a rough way to go tonight. A lot of damage for all 3 of those machines. Matter of fact, I think the only non-damaged car now is the 45 of Sanchez. I take that back. Hilker might have all his damage fixed now, because I know he had a fair bit of it, but it looks to be gone now. However, the 20, the 13, the 96, the 10, and the 8, all with damage. The front end of Wineset's car looking like a NASCAR Rumble special, if you remember that game. They had the aggressive cup cars with the pointy front ends on them on each side. Everybody remembers NASCAR Rumble. Gets a brownie point from me tonight. Wineset's crooked nose on his car looks kind of like that. Kind of a blast from the past. As imagine that 3 of the 4 people on the lead lap going to come down for fuel and tires. More than likely. Wineset gets his lap back to see if he can keep it this time, as Moore got his back and then immediately lost it. Guessing he probably will. Hard to believe it. We've been racing less than an hour. We've already turned 93 of our 150 laps here at 5 Flags this evening. As I said, we're running an average of about just under 4 laps per yeah. Oh, Brian Moore manually disconnected. Half the field isn't going to catch the pace car in time, so I extended by 1 lap to give everybody a chance to get racked and stacked.
Alright.
I only do that when I see multiple cars not going to make the grid. And there were at least 3 that weren't going to make it. And with Brian out now, we're down to like 4 or 5 cars, so I wanted to make sure everybody can make it. Alright. So that brings all of our active drivers on the grid currently back onto the lead lap, with the exception of Greenlee. All 5 of our current gridded drivers. Yep, oh no, Green is back on track. I thought he went down pit road for a second. He's good. 5-car Hilker going to be slumming it on the outside by himself. Greenlee's going to bring that car back down pit road. Sanchez, your leader. 13 of Hood second. 5 of Hilker trying to work that outside line. He's in 3rd, but don't look now. Sycama's trying to take that away from him. Whoa! Hang on to her, Chris. Single car spinner. No caution yet. Sim didn't deem it necessary, and neither did I, with only a single car that he got going immediately. Get rid of that now. 5-car in the 96. These 2 have had some tangles here this evening. I believe the 1st and 4th cautions of the day would involve these 2. Have to see if orange and black work good together, and not in the fashion way. Sanchez, nothing really to report on. Out to about a half a second lead. Steady, easy cruising. A little wall scrape there from Sanchez and from Hilker. The other 2 managed to keep it away. Sycamore putting a little bit of a Darlington stripe on the right rear corner of that 96 car. Good racing from our competitors here tonight. We've had a couple of mild incidents, but most of them have just been good, hard racing. You know, spins coming off of 4, people just pushing a little too hard on corner exit, getting into the wall. Definitely nothing horrible. Pretty good competition overall. Kind of focusing on Hilker as he's close to the middle of the pack. Lets us see the action of all 4 cars in this lead pack here. Greenlee's still on track. He has lost the lead along with Hood. He has lost that lead pack of drivers. Set also looks probably to be nursing some damage based on the pace. Still not a whole lot to report out front. 45, 96, 5, your top 3. All of them running smooth, steady, and hitting their marks. And not really battling each other for position as much as they are battling the track. The real question will be, can either of those drivers mount a charge on the 45? Is the 20 saving enough? Can he have a chance at it? Sanchez up out of the groove, gets a little piece of the wall. See if that slows him down or not. As the laps tick by here, we're already at 108 of 150. Less than 50 laps to go. Sanchez, another scuff of the outside wall. All right. I'm going to mute my mic, and it's time to crank it up and enjoy the sounds of these magnificent V8 race cars. that was your crank it up moment of the race. Hopefully you enjoyed the sounds. Sanchez, meanwhile, has kept the car out front. Now up to a 1.1 second lead over the second place car of Hilker. Handful of cars. Oh, Chris Hood's bringing his down. Oh, he might be meatballed. Hood, oh, nope. Hood with the drive-through black flag. I would have to assume that's an incident point. Yep. Hood drives through with that kind of damage. I'd have to assume he incident pointed there. Greenlee has parked his back on pit road once more. Not sure if that's damage or not. Definitely looks damaged to me, but have to see how bad it is if he's able to get back into it. We watch the leaders go by. Sanchez still out front. Other drivers starting to run out of time. 123 laps down of 150. Only 25 to 30 more laps for these drivers to figure out a way to get past the 45. Only that many laps for the 45 to figure out how to keep them behind him. 45 starting to... What the heck? Oh, that might have been Hood getting a piece of that outside wall. Whoa! Oh no! I threw the caution as soon as I saw it, but I couldn't throw it in time. Spun car right in front of the leaders definitely warrants a yellow. Sorry guys, I tried to throw that yellow as soon as I saw him spin it, but I couldn't throw it in time to give you enough warning. Oh, scratch that. I didn't even throw it. Race control beat me to it and they still didn't have enough time. Great avoidance there by the 45 of Sanchez, able to keep that thing locked down. This should be these drivers' last stop of the race. This will get them home on gasoline, as well as Hoosier rubber. We should not need more than this to get back to the finish. Not that they might not want some fresh tires, but they should not need them. We expect all these drivers to take at least 2. I expect to see somebody gamble on 2 trying to get an advantage. No takers. Okay. 45-20 down and away. 96 down and away. 5-car Hilker. Also down and away. And of course the wounded machine of Chris Hood, as he attempts to nurse that 3-legged dog back to the finish. Technically it still does have 4 wheels, but excuse me. Pace lights are out on the pace car. These drivers are going to be coming around with about 25 laps exactly. Hood going to go try to get his lap back here. 3 cars. Green flags out. Hilker did get out of pit road. He's behind the field a little bit though. Hood also 2 laps down. See if they can come back from that or not. 45 Sanchez coming down in turn and out of turn 2. Very clean and steady. see some of these other cars, not like Frank and DJ in particular, but as the night's gone on, you've seen some of the other cars get a little bit of that wiggle going on, going down in and coming out the corners. That is a good indication of a loose race car. Excuse me. 45 Sanchez, 20 of wine set.
You'll probably say, short track racing.
That indeed it is, my friend. Gary, I see you've been on pit road for a while. Are you still getting damage repaired, or have you parked it?
Son of a bitch just slammed into me! No, he didn't slam into you, he didn't bump you, he didn't nudge you. He rubbed you. And rubbing, son, is racing.
Uh-oh, Hilker parked on the entrance of pit road. Not sure what happened there. Something wrong with the Hilker machine. He's got it parked out of the way. Racing will not stop. That's his prerogative to park there if he so wishes. I just parked it this time. Okay, so now it's official. The 8 car is retired. That will put Moore 7th, mainly 6th. He had drive-through for points. Oh, okay. Well, he has decided. Did he get going again? There he goes. I don't know. He drove it down into pit lane. It looks like he's just going to... Is he parking that one? I don't know what he's doing. Not sure what's happening there. However, Sanchez now with a dogfight as they near 10 laps to go. Not able to drive away from that 20 as far this time. It's going to be a close battle. Oh. 20 ringing that bottom side just a little bit better than that 45. I think that's where he's gaining his time on him. Let's see. 20 really not able to reel him in all that much. He's trying like the Dickens, but just cannot quite seem to get all the way home. This time by, it will be 10 to go. 14 of the 15 segments of this race complete. 1 remain. Can the 20 car get his first win of the year? Can the 45 hold him off? Can the 96 get by him both? Or maybe wait for them to take each other out? Could be sitting there waiting to pounce. Playing the vulture game. As it sits right now, the laps are winding down. 7 to go this time by. Excuse me, that was 7 to go. 6 to go this time by. I don't think at the current pace, 3/10 of a gap. Let's see if he can close it up even more. No change. Still 3/10. 20 car of wine set, I think, is every bit as fast as the 45. But he can't find that extra speed he needs to get by him. Still 3/10. .45 opened up another 10th on him that lap. He just needs 3 more times around, I believe. Nope, scratch that. 4 more times. My apologies. Now it's 3 more times. .20 car, still about that same gap. Gap remains at 4/10. No change. This time by, it'll be 2 to go. No real change in the running order. Only 3 cars really left in the fight. I think he's going to need a mistake. By the way Xavier's driving, I don't think he's going to get one. White flag is out here at 5 flags. 45 in the lead, 20 trying to make anything happen, but falling back. Off of turn 2. He can't quite coast it in, but all he's got to do is keep that thing pointed straight. Late model tour, 45, Xavier Sanchez wins it. Frank Weinset second, DJ Sikkema third. Everybody else off the lead lap. Chris Hood going to finish 4th, 3 laps down. Hilker 5th, 21 down. Greenlee 56 down, and Moore 62 down as Sikkema blows the motor. And Sanchez is going to bring that down the front stretch and give the fans a little smoke show. Let's go talk to our race winner. If I can find him. There he is. Xavier Sanchez, welcome to the broadcast booth. Winner.
Okay,
What?
I know this guy.
Yeah, you sure do. Winner at 5 flags tonight. How big of a deal was tire conservation, and what helped you get the win here tonight?
Honestly, tires meant a lot. This track likes to eat your tires a bunch, so whenever I got the chance, I just took tires. Obviously, we weren't going to make it on gas, so I also had to pick for gas every time I took tires. But 2 tires was my go-to for most of the race.
I can absolutely believe that. We were highlighting all that a little bit in pre-race, how bad the tires were falling off and how aggressive the wear was. Were you trying to manage those tires during the run? You know, abusing them less by cornering a little smoother and trying to, like, manage them, or no?
For most of the run, yes, until that final little stint. I saved a little bit, but I knew I had to push out a bunch. Get a little lead.
So you were trying to, like, manage them, but not necessarily save them, then?
Yeah, just like in between.
You were able to drive away. The only other guy who was able to drive away from the pack tonight was Brian. But that was earlier in the race before he had damage, so definitely a sign of speed.
I thought it was going to be a pretty good battle between us, but unfortunately he got the bad luck.
I think he ended up getting wrecked out. I don't think he had any more life to give in that car, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But either way, multiple times, I believe, now in the late model tour this year, correct?
Yeah, pretty much.
I thought so. Well done. Multi-time winner. Definitely going to have a good night in the points for that. Well done. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll send you back now. I'm going to pull in Frank. Frank Weinset, welcome to the broadcast booth. I don't think I've had you in here yet, have I?
I think one time before, like did my first or second race.
You're right. I think I did have one other time before, but got to feel good bringing home a second place finish tonight. I know you were looking for that win. Xavier looked like he probably just had a little bit more of the tire advantage there towards the end of the race. But, I mean, that 20 car looked pretty fast all night, and despite some fairly significant damage at points, you were able to keep that thing pointed the right way and work your way back through the track.
Hey, I'll tell you, it was pretty tough to get all this damage fixed. I saved my last fast repair for that last incident there. So that's why I had a little bit for him at the end there.
That's a smart play.
I was pushing him, couldn't get him.
I know you actually ran him down to about 2 or 3 tenths, but I think that was when your tires ran out of gas and you lost the advantage on him. He slipped back to about 6 tenths there by the end. But definitely a fun battle to watch, and I mean you had a really good smooth kind of like groove all night long. How big was tire management? Because it looked like those things were just wicked gritty out there all night.
They would go away, especially coming off 4. It was like, I know you've seen a lot of people hitting the wall there coming off 4. That's where it was really slick. It would just push there. And But yeah, the long runs, I was wearing them out pretty bad.
I believe it. I know I was watching a lot of people. At one point, all 5 of the top 5 cars on track went up, and I just heard it. Bang, 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 bang. And I'm like, what the? And every single one of the lead 5 cars whacked it off the wall out of 4. And I'm like, holy crap, that's wild.
You know what was down there, dude? It was so many marbles on that inside groove. If you got in them, it would shoot you up there. So I had to kind of time it, stay out of them.
Just kind of hit the marbles and it just kind of snow plow all the way up the hill.
Yep, that's what it was doing.
That's always the worst feeling in a race car. Well done, my friends. 2nd place, certainly not a bad night at all. Glad to see you have a good finish this evening, and we look forward to seeing what you got for us tomorrow night.
Sounds good. I'll probably miss tomorrow night, but you guys have a good race if I don't make it, okay?
Well, in that case, we look forward to seeing what you got next week.
All right, have a good night. Thanks for hosting us.
Hey, as always, happy to have you. Have a great night.
You too, bud.
That was Frank Weinset, your 2nd place finisher. I'm just now realizing I never updated the stream info. I've been broadcasting under the wrong title this whole time. Darn it. Oh, well. But either way, thank you all for watching. It's been a fun race to call tonight. I realize that the schedules I show you guys every week, these 2 are wrong. So I apologize for that. These 2 are no good. I am going to work on getting the updated schedules here for you. In the meantime, I'm going to pull these off screen so I can tell you what the actual races are. I forgot we've had some changes to the schedule. So, let's take a look real quick here. Tomorrow night in the CSC Touring Championship, we're taking them to Las Vegas. It will be the ARCA car at Las Vegas, the new ARCA car that they've unveiled here last year or so. They are fun to watch. And the tire fall off on those those are General tires on those ARCA cars. Those will be an interesting thing to watch the drivers fight through. And then, of course, the following weekend, we are off for the Sebring Endurance event. Most of our drivers taking part in that. So we're giving our drivers the weekend to take care of that and not have to worry about running extra races. And then, of course, next week in the late models, we're off because it's Sebring still. So no real change there, I'm afraid. However, on April 3rd, we will be back in these late model machines. And we're taking them to the High Bank Concrete Coliseum of Bristol for 150 laps there as well. Should be another fast race with that high bank and fast lap times. So, thank you all very much for watching. It's been a pleasure to have you. We look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Haven't updated the schedules, been too busy. Oh, no, I haven't updated the schedules on OBS, so they're way out of date. The ones you have on the Discord are actually close, so... Well, close enough for Jazz that I can use them. So, have a great evening. Enjoy your day tomorrow. 12 hours of Sebring's running tomorrow, so definitely tune in and watch some of that if you have the time. And we will catch you all here tomorrow evening, hopefully, for the Las Vegas ARCA car race, which I think is going to be a really good show. Until tomorrow night, my name's Soji for the rest of the CSC Racing League. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.